Composition, 7th grade. Passage 1, How Can You Fight Light Pollution by Scott Cradell. Starry skies do not have to be a thing of the past. With 3 steps, you can help bring them back to your community. Paragraph 1. Before big cities grew, there was no light pollution. The nightly appearance of the stars inspired people of every culture to create stories that connected them to the cosmos. For many in amateur astronomy, such a personal connection with the stars awakened a lifelong fascination with the universe. Unfortunately, these connections are becoming harder to make. Our star-filled nights are fading away, and for the first time in human history, most people live where they can't see the Milky Way. Worse still, many of them have no idea what they're missing. Amateur astronomers know the problem well. A weekend of observing under the stars can be ruined with the appearance of new light, casting an annoying glare over a backyard or a favorite observing site. If that happens to you, what should you do? Get educated. For many, the response to a new polluting light has been to complain to friends and move to another location. Unfortunately, avoiding a problem never makes it go away, and you don't need to shrink from light pollution, as there are steps everyone can take to make an improvement. The key to making change begins with education. Start with yourself and then spread your knowledge to others. The task can seem intimidating, but the solutions to bad lighting are thankfully simple. The causes of light pollution vary, but the 4 main components are sky glow, light trespass, glare, and clutter. Sky glow, the brightness of the night sky around inhabited areas, is responsible for our inability to see the Milky Way from urban and even suburban locations. Next, light trespasses occurs when light falls where it is not intended and is therefore unwanted. An example, your neighbor's new light interferes with your night of observing by illuminating your property. Glare, excessive brightness that can cause a visual discomfort and decrease your ability to see clearly is another problem. Examples include streetlights and bright business lighting, such as illuminated billboards in your line of sight. Paragraph 9. Finally, clutter results from bright, confusing, and excessive groupings of light sources. This problem is commonly found in overlit urban areas with many bright, unshielded lights. The fixes of these issues can be easy, but it's important to start with your home before addressing your neighbors. First, use light only when and where it's required and minimize interim light use with timers and motion detectors. Then, when those lights must be on, shine them down, not up. A well-designed fixture will direct the light where it's needed most. Select shielded fixtures. You can fix poor quality fixtures to be better if you cannot get new ones. Share your knowledge. While most outdoor lighting is wasteful and poorly directed, simply pointing out this problem may rub people the wrong way. When talking to people or writing letters, keep things positive and non-threatening. Sharing solutions and reasons why they would be better for everyone will get you further than simply complaining. Remember to address the benefits of reducing light pollution, not just your observing time. While astronomy is likely your biggest concern, other people have different interests. Poorly conceived nighttime lighting wastes money and energy, threatens some species of wildlife, and may even impact human health. For many of your neighbors, security is probably the primary cause of their light pollution. They may assume that dark sky-friendly lighting will plunge them into blackness and put their safety at risk. It surprises many to learn that bright, glaring lights can actually decrease security. Creating a sharp contrast between light and darkness makes it nearly impossible to see anything outside an area of illumination, so don't ignore your neighbor's fears. Instead, emphasize that good outdoor lighting actually improves visibility by keeping light where it belongs. Beyond security, what interests businesses, homeowners, and cities equally is money. Light pollution is the biggest waste of cash that almost nobody knows about. A National Optical Astronomy Observatory report estimates that the United States spends more than $2 billion annually producing light that shines directly into the sky. This light doesn't contribute to increased visibility, security, or safety. Dark sky friendly lighting saves money because these lights control where their energy goes. By replacing bad unshielded fixtures with new full cutoff ones, the community can use lamps that put out less light and thus cost less to operate and still get more illumination where needed. Get involved. To make a difference beyond your neighborhood, stay informed of what's happening in your community. If there is a new development being built, or if your town is switching out streetlights, you might have the opportunity to voice your opinion about the lighting. Remember, you can influence these decisions if you don't know they're taking place. Does your town have an outdoor lighting rule? If no, why not? It is possible to move the community toward adopting one, as many individuals have done. Several communities recently have approved ordinances to combat not just light pollution, but also light trespass. In Riverside County, California, for example, there was a light pollution ordinance in place to help protect the skies around nearby Palomar Observatory, but no provision against light trespass from nearby properties, until someone decided to get involved. After this person's neighbor installed an offending light that shined through his second-floor bedroom window and would not address such trespass, the man complained to authorities, only to discover that the light trespass was not against the law. Unhappy with that answer, he made the effort to speak to and educate his county supervisors about the problem. They ended up changing the laws to protect everyone in the county's unincorporated areas from light trespass. The actions of an individual can make a big difference, so consider taking up the cause. If enough people help, we can reverse the growth of light pollution and bring back the stars. Passage 2, Light Pollution by Sean Price. Read the article about how pollution from busy cities affects many creatures on Earth. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. But you may not see many stars tonight if you live in a city like this, and bright lights threaten more than stargazing. For some wildlife, it's a matter of light and death. You're munching popcorn in a dark movie theater when suddenly the house lights come up. The film you were watching seems to vanish before your eyes. Did the projector stop? No, the brightness of the lights is simply drowning out the image of the screen. The brightness caused by thousands of electric lights in a city causes the same thing to happen each night in the sky. On a moonless night, we should see more than 2,500 stars and planets. Instead, many of us see no more than 100. The rest are erased by sky glow. Brightness in the sky caused mainly by streetlights and lights from businesses. Sky glow is a type of light pollution, artificial lighting that harms wildlife or hurts our quality of life. Sky glow is just a part of the problem. Glare from stores, lights, and billboards sometimes blinds drivers, and when one person's light shines into a neighbor window, the effect is called light trespass. What causes light pollution? Overly bright lights that spray light upward and sideways. The International Dark Sky Association believes that light pollution wastes energy worth $1 billion each year. This energy need may contribute to global warming, the gradual rise in Earth's temperature. But the environmental impact of light pollution is felt most directly by wild animals such as sea turtles and birds. They have become accidental victims of humans' desires to light up the night. Sea turtles. The moon is a baby sea turtle's best friend. Its lights reflect off the ocean, guiding turtles from the beaches where they hatch to their home under the waves. Unfortunately, the bright lights along many beaches make turtles see moonlight everywhere. They get confused about where they're supposed to go, so they go inland where they have to deal with humans and traffic, says Danielle Ningle, 14, a volunteer at the Florida Oceanographic Society in Stuart, Florida. On land, the turtles also face predators like raccoons and fire ants. 5 species of sea turtles can be found in Florida's waters. 4 of them, the green turtle, leatherback, hawksbill, and Kemp's ridley, are endangered. So each death lessens the species' chance for survival. Florida now has local laws that restrict lighting along beaches to protect the hatching turtles. Marine biologist Blair Witherington says most people don't realize that visibility is better with a well-aimed dim light than a bright one that just spews light. We can make life safer and more pleasant and maybe even save money on electricity while we protect sea turtles, he says. Migratory birds. On January 22, 1998, people in Syracuse, Kansas faced a terrible sight. More than 5,000 songbirds lay dead nearby. The night before, a flock of migratory birds had crashed into 3 communication towers in a natural gas facility. Why? Because of lights. Most structures over 200 feet high are required to have lights on top to warn airplane and helicopter pilots. These and other high-rise lights confuse migratory birds on cloudy or foggy nights when it's harder for them to use the hidden moon and stars to navigate. So some brightly lit structures, like the Sears Tower in Chicago, Illinois, are at least turning off ornamental lights during migration season. Millions of birds die each year hitting towers, skyscrapers, smokestacks, lighthouses, and even ships. Many migratory species, like the red cockeyed woodpecker and Kirkland's warbler, are already endangered or threatened. Experts are still working on how to make tall structures safe for pilots and birds. One thing is clear. The taller and more brightly lit a structure is, the most birds it will kill. The best solution is to control the light being wasted, says Michael Measure of Canada's Fatal Light Awareness Program. Puffins. Scientists believe that baby puffins, like sea turtles, follow the moonlight reflected off the sea. And like turtles, puffins often go the wrong way because lights on shores confuse them. But birds living on an island off Iceland's southwestern coast have a unique rescue squad, the Puffin Posse of Himaway. Every August, kids on Himaway get to stay up past midnight hunting for puffins that have lost their way. The young seabirds leave their nests that month. Without help, those that glide into town and would fall prey to cats, dogs, cars, and other purelles. The captured puffins are taken to the ocean and the next morning released. Because of their underdeveloped wings, the pufflings need help getting airborne. You take them under their wings, says Kashawaski 12. Next, you swing them up and down about 3 times till they're flapping their wings, and then you throw them away real fast, and they just fly. The freed birds spend most of their lives roaming the northern Atlantic Ocean. It feels really great, says Kasha, like you've saved somebody's life. Writing task. You have now read 2 texts about light pollution. Write an essay that explains why light pollution is a problem and what people can do to solve the problem. Develop your essay by providing textual evidence from both passages. Manage your time carefully so that you can plan your essay, then write your essay. Your written response should be in the form of a multi-paragraph essay.